What's up, guys? It's Shani with Healing Elements here for a timeless reading. This is going to be out of Lucy Cavendish, one of her decks that I have, the Oracle of Shadows and the Light. And if you've ever been to my channel before, I know I speak a lot about this creator, in particular, Lucy Cavendish. I think that she's very imaginative, creative. She uses a lot of analogies and metaphors. I absolutely love this deck. Let's see what we got here. The Sewer Mermaid. Your sensuality is beautiful. Yeah, so that's a Pisces card for Pisces season. It is Pisces season 2022. And just gorgeous. I don't know if you can see this. I love this. The two koi fish and the smoke coming out like a waterfall. Love it. Got this, I think, yeah, a year ago. And then another one just like it that's kind of like a waterfall back behind me. So love this. Very beautiful, very tranquil, very good for meditative purposes. And so, guys, we'll go ahead and cut the deck. See if we can get some cards for you guys, get you guys going. Oops, there's one. There's two. Get five. How about five? Well, 3, 4. And how about we cut to get the 5th? Okay. Okay, so card number 1 is Winged Seer. You see clearly, all about clairvoyance. So not just about the third eye. This is talking about tapping into the invisible, realm that is around us, that has so much energy, so much information, so much intuition that can be brought in and really used to your benefit. And so right now, of course, as so much is going on at the same time, we have things that are going on in our physical realm, right? Conflicts, war, there's all kind of different happenings in personal lives and different opinions still going on. We're still dealing with some faction, depending on where you are, the last 2 years and the whole pandemic and shutdown. And at the same time, we're going through, in my opinion, a global awakening, a rising of our consciousness that each individual is going through on their own scale, on their own time frame, which is beautiful and perfectly fine. If you're, The Walking Dead, if you're a sleepwalker, or if you were wide awake. So truly, what is of importance is that it is being felt. So by all of us, it is being felt in some degree, and some of us who are perhaps aware and letting this in, surrendering to the process, this is rapidly happening. So quantum leap, in that department of being clairvoyant, of being able to receive messages around you, feeling the energy field, feeling the vibrations that come from even our neighbors, come from our coworkers, come from the world stage, the collective mourning and sorrow that has been in our environment for, again, the last 2 years. This is something we still need to process as a collective group and either grieve through or understand or just work through the collective trauma that we have. And so being clairvoyant and being able to see where you should remain or leave, where you should put your focus, where you should obtain advice, where you should abstain from advice, being able to be led to where you are fulfilling your purpose, fulfilling your guided path within this life, all about the Winged Seer. You are able to see more than ever. You are able to clearly map your way through things with just your intuitive guidance. And I shouldn't say just your intuitive guidance, because that truly is a gift that I think was lost. Like a lot of ancient wisdom is trusting your gut. A lot of people, depending on who you talk to, will say that's the most important thing. And some people will say, you know, that are just strictly psychological or psychologists would say that that is an emotional realm that is not to be trusted, not to feed into our gut. But clairvoyance is something that we see clearly. So things that you are being presented with and seeing, you know, the forest for the trees, trust your internal knowing. The violet angel, breaking dawn. So something brand new, thank God, is about to be sprung upon you. Something that is clearly a warm and beautiful welcome. So something, you know, of a dark night of the soul. Maybe you had a long dark night, right? Maybe like, I love Game of Thrones quotes, winter is coming. Maybe winter was, maybe you were frozen in the tundra. Maybe you were in Antarctica. Maybe it was a long night, long winter, long dark night of the soul indeed. And breaking dawn is here, this card, to remind you that everything is going to be made bright. It has to. What goes up must come down. Or if we want to talk about, you know, that in which we process in the dark nights of the soul, things come to light. Things are presented to us. And after we purge and really kind of purge through the trauma, suffer through the emotions we need to reflect upon it, we know that light is shown upon what we needed to purge, what we needed to process. Light is, you know, presented to a situation, this dawn, this new sunrise, this new rise within you. This is something that is of utmost importance. This is something that we look forward to. If we didn't have, you know, ebbs and flows of life, if it was just all up or down, it wouldn't be something that we could learn and benefit from with these experiences. So if you have been going through a period of time in which it was just long and dark, or some sort of, you know, closed in environment in which you could not see clearly, now these cards, the winged seer and the violet angel, are letting you know you have a pathway that is open. The dawn is about to break. It is about to come on to a new beginning, and you are able to see clearly. It is no longer dark, or it will no longer be dark. Something will give, and the fresh light, the sunrise, will mesmerize you as far as a soothing balm to your spiritual path and the difficulties that, you know, could have been there for you in this life path, with the emotions and physical, you know, experiences, the emotional woes, ups and downs of just everyday life, and also your spiritual awareness, right? Sometimes it is very frightening. Even, you know, people say fear is the enemy or the opposite of love. True. However, you know, there is a time and a place for us to feel during those dark nights of the soul afraid, and to work through those fears, to realize what they had manifested from, and to shine light on how we can be more courageous and go forth, right? This one is the dried flower fairy, sweet memories. So a lot of us, including myself, a lot of people I've been talking to, are having nostalgic remembrances, recall of memories, maybe past lives like myself, maybe our twin flame journey. Maybe we are really truly connecting with that has passed, so to speak, in this linear time frame, that in which we enjoyed sweet memories of looking at, as this fairy says, you know, the flower who was once vibrant, alive, beautiful, interactive with the bees, and now dried in a book. However, still, you are able to capture the essence of that moment, the way in which that beautiful flower, when it was on the vine, alive, made you feel every time you look at this dried flower. So if this is pictures that you're looking at, if this is a set of circumstances that you're reviewing in your heart, right? Your heart space, you are pining for that feeling again, or you are enjoying going back in your memory and reliving as if it was not jaded, if something has gone awry or just is not the same. If you're missing somebody who is crossed over, you're in the, you know, club that I am. It's not a favorable club, but that is life. You know, that which lives dies. And so if you're missing anybody to the afterlife, then bank on the fact that memories are there to be sweet. They're not just for recalling trauma and working through a bunch of pain and sorrow, but it is also there for you to relinquish the exuberant moments and the sweet times that you had and truly get into, you know, enjoying the moments of long ago and cherishing each moment that brought you to a different point on the spectrum of exuberance and or contentment and or love or happiness, right? So memories, and you're seeing these clearly, right? There is something that I think is going to dawn on you, right? Breaking dawn. It's going to dawn on you about how these memories manifested into either something you're holding yourself back because of being jaded, or on the contrary, you are going to have an epiphany, I believe, that is going to be a new epiphany to see clairaudient, clairvoyantly, to see that in which was the undertone of the experience. Maybe a lot of people are telling you that you shouldn't, look back on something in a fun, lighthearted way or in a positive way. And your intuition is telling you that you did have, the experience for a grand purpose. And maybe that is just for you to know, you to see, you to understand this epiphany, this new day, this new idea, this new way of thinking, right? Is maybe looking at the past, looking at these sweet memories as just that sweet, instead of holding on to the facts of that relationship or that time period that were not so sweet, right? The next one is Marie Masquerade, glamour, intrigue, and drama. So, there's no doubt going to be drama. There always is. It's Pisces season. And in that case, we just have a lot. I always say the two fish. I'm a Pisces, the two fish. Pisces season can be, winning the lottery and then dying in a plane crash, to be honest. It can be, extreme highs, extreme lows. So, drama may try to intrigue you. Just don't let it suck you down into the whirlpool, right? You can go down the rabbit hole and explore without taking it too personally. So for instance, we're maybe on the brink of World War III. Literally, there's been just a lot of action that has gone down that of course is indicative to this time period, looking on the astrological front, or in general, just the tensions that have been brewing for so long, right? If you follow everything. So just remain classy, remain glamorous, remain aristocratic in the sense that you are an observer. And although you do have an active part to play in consciousness, I think right now a message that I'm channeling is to put your energy into prayer or intent, or, use your words or thoughts in a way in which can, defeat the drama that is causing nobody any positive forces, right? And to, use your words and intent to find constructive ways in which you can help the collective to boost more of that positive vibage, right? To make this now how we are acting, how we are treating each other, how we are perceiving our lives. We're here. A lot of people aren't here that have died, right? As a sweet memory. Do we want to look at that and be intrigued and be grateful, right, for these memories that we still have? Do we want to look at things clearly with a deeper sense of understanding, to know that there is a dawn that has to come after all this darkness? We still, most of us, some of us, maybe a few of us, no matter what, we are us. We are a collective us. And so if one person suffers, we all suffer. If one person is elated, we all are elated. The energy spreads. And so try to remain in your aristocratic, so to speak, metaphorical, on guard, kind of silently in the distance, observing, but observing with intrigue. And so you are observing and catching clues on what to do to soothe yourself, soothe the collective, get through all the drama. And the last card is Poe. Beautiful. Reminds me of a cheesy meme. It's like Edgar Allan Poe, right? And it says, when it rains, it poes. That's for sure. It says, Poe, time for change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. So If you are bumping up, you're coming up in your career, you're doing something different, perhaps a new modality that is technological, you're getting and branching out to have more exposure. Maybe you're getting your feet wet and trying to do research, you're trying to do a paper, you're trying to find out where you should put your skills and lend yourself to this new era, and do it with, conviction that you are doing something that is toward, your calling. Maybe you are looking at ways to integrate the futuristic technology or things that can help, that is much more efficient, maybe organized better. That is something that you're not familiar with. I know that apps sometimes are frustrating for my mom's generation. Like, she's born in the late 50s, things like that. Sometimes if you're not a techie, it can be frustrating as well, but they do, just like everything, have a double-edged sword. It can, be a very big help and a very big, platform that you can spring upward to and have a lot more, touches and communication with people who not just can use your services, but will connect with you in a divine way that is meant to be. So if you know anybody that can kind of lend you a hand on this front, and you can use your wisdom to put behind the technological gadgets or, apps or protocols, ways in which you're able to touch clients, or, maybe you have just always gotten a job by walking in and filling in the application, and maybe now you have to go to Indeed or something like that. Something as small as that for some people is a big leap. Something as small as filling out your records to a doctor appointment on, an app, that can be something that, if you've never experienced it, that could be just this card is making your life easier, changing it up to get out of that, old habit of maybe doing something the right way and consistently. But right now, perhaps something has passed you up that'll make it a lot easier and is not harmful for you to do. So time for a change, guys, to learn something new. So if you want to seek out a new skill set that is going to benefit you for your job, your occupation, your career, or maybe you just want to do this to add to your soul journey's experience level, right? If you just want to look at something that is calling to you, like Tai Chi, something that is cupping, something that is maybe chiropractor, even something that is beneficial, like using crystals to heal, maybe eating more holistically, or doing a keto diet, something like that, something new that you have not tried, that is, not so much trendy, but something that is tried and true, and that you can integrate again and make things be a little bit more streamlined and congruent and just easier for you. So guys, that is the card reading, and that was out of, again, the Oracle of the Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish. And guys, I wish you a very beautiful Pisces season, and every other season, of course. Sending you a lot of love, sending you a lot of appreciation for subscribing. I really appreciate all the new subscribers. Welcome. What up, guys? I appreciate everybody, of course, has been with me from the very beginning, and I'm sending you tons and tons of positive vibration, tons of love. Blessings, love, and light, guys.